We'll get it.
Getting back into the swing of things.
Okay.
Right. This is fun. I'm excited.
And there we are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We told you guys we were coming back live. We're a little bit earlier today than we were yesterday. A little creepy.
Yeah,
There you are. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody.
Guess who's back? Back again. The Sturge is back. Share with a friend.
There you go.
Share with a friend. Okay. Come on, something.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're close.
It's the love couch. Not like that. Oh, goodness. All right. Yep. Hi, guys. We live everywhere today. Look at us. Look at us. We simulcasting.
Oh, that's what it's called?
That's what it's called. Simultaneously casting to everywhere. Yeah. Hey, so if you join in, say hi. Don't be shy. Let us know you're out there in the metaverse.
Literally, the metaverse.
Literally,
the metaverse.
Yeah.
Good deal. So
How have y'all been?
What are we talking about tonight?
Okay, we're talking about romantic versus sexual attraction. Do you really like your boo? Or do you just like to do the do? That's literally what we're talking about. Like versus sexual attraction. Because what we realized is that some of you guys, dang, it's still. That's okay. I think it's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. So what we realize is that some couples have sexual attraction.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of couples have sexual attraction, but they don't have romantic attraction. And when she brought this to me, I actually was like, you just assume that they're both the same. They both correlate, but they're not the same.
Right.
So romantic attraction is you like your spouse, right? You are physically attracted to them, you're emotionally attracted to them, you are on the same wavelength, y'all vibe together, y'all have a good time together, you're good friends. One thing that we always tell people when they're dating or just getting to know each other is you want to marry your best friend, right? That's romantic attraction, right? That romantic attraction is what will keep you when things get tough. Okay. Now, what happens a lot of times is people get together solely based off of sexual attraction.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, now that we're talking about this is the reason why God says that you shouldn't have sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Because sex will clog your mind, and it will make it difficult for you to decide or decipher if you're actually if you have romantic desire or attraction to your spouse. And so when you're sexually attracted, that's pretty obvious. Y'all have good sex together. Mm-hmm. Y'all got good sexual chemistry. Y'all flirt well with each other. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? But if we really think about it, sexual attraction is really surface level. Mm-hmm. Because you're not really getting into the weeds and the nitty gritty of who that person is, what they're made of, what are their thoughts, their desires, their dreams. When you have romantic love, that is because you have dived into the deeps of that person to figure out who they are, what they're about, what are their core beliefs, ideologies, and all of those types of things. and you have then still decided to come together based on those things. You can have good sex with a lot of people if we're just being honest.
It's not hard. Sex is the least of people's concerns. This is why a lot of people can sleep with somebody and not want to build a life with somebody. And so that romantic love is what is going to separate sexual attraction from romantic attraction. And so
100%.
Welcome again, viewers, officially.
Hi.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Arkeem.
We have been married for 12 years this year. We just celebrated 12 years of marriage. We say around 12. So still married, still.
Keep going, man.
Why you mess with it?
Because it was a little crooked.
Now it's crooked.
That's better.
It's crooked.
I can't fix that one. I've been trying to fix that one. It just.
This is 12 years. Okay.
Round 12.
Okay.
Point.
Right. So we fight the problem and not each other.
Not each other.
12 years married, still learning, still loving, still choosing each other.
That's right.
Every day. And hello, guys. We're bringing back our Marriage is Ministry.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's right.
Marriage is absolutely a ministry.
100%.
Okay. So, like we said, 12 years married, but we've been friends for 13 years.
I knew I was going to marry her after month 3.
Month 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Why are you acting brand new?
I never heard that story. I always thought it was sooner.
Maybe it was sooner. Well, okay, let me say this. Yeah. Yes, I asked her dad to marry after month 3. I made it official that we was going to be married, that she was my thing, my boo thing, after month 3. Which says, ladies, that
it don't take that long.
It don't take long. And fellas,
that's right.
It don't take that long. You know, if you're going to marry somebody, stop taking that girl through the ringer and not putting a ring on her finger, making her go through all of that. Wasting her time. She been holding you down. She been faithful. She been doing all of the things. And you done did everything but put a ring on her finger. And it's likely because y'all been having sex.
Yeah, man. Sex is a foothold to your marriage. So
absolutely.
We advise strongly against it. And if you've had sex before marriage and you got married, or if you're waiting, stop having sex. But if you're already married, you need to repent so that you can remove the access that the enemy has had to your marriage.
We'll make a whole nother video about that.
That's a whole nother
we talked about that before in previous videos, but that's a whole talk by itself.
I'm trying to tell you, it's a whole conversation for another day.
Yeah.
What's up, family on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube? All y'all, hey.
Hi.
Welcome to the live. Please interact in the comments and engage with us because it's important that you do. Okay, so let's talk about romance. Okay. From a male perspective, what is romance?
For me, receiving it or giving it?
I guess.
Okay, so here's what I think about when I think about romance, because we were having a conversation a couple weeks ago, and you was like, this is why narcissistic men usually get what they want out of a woman, because they are fronting, if you will, faking or putting forth like they're interested, but they're doing it because they're doing it with ill intentions, right?
Right.
But if we look at what true romantic attraction is, you do things because it's not about the other person, if that makes sense. I'm not doing to get something out of you. I'm doing it because I actually like you, right? So I'm going to bring you flowers, right? I'm going to text you in the morning, and but all of the things that you do where you in that puppy love stage, where you're in limerence, that is the romantic attraction. All of the things that you do that are non-sexual and things that you do despite, I mean, the things that you do not trying to get sex. Let me say it like that. So you could do things to get sex, which is that narcissistic thing, but we're talking about things that you do, and the thought process is, I'm doing this just because I like you, or I love you, or I'm attracted to you, or I want to be with you. So bringing flowers, bringing you lunch to your job, sending you a little $20, $30 to get some gas, or hey, here's something to get something to eat. Just sweet things that you do to the person to show that person that you matter to them, that you were thinking about them, that you care for them. That's romantic attraction. Taking them out on a nice date. There's nothing wrong with a little diner, a little dive, you know what I'm saying, just to go grab a bite to eat, a little date. But when you tell that person, hey, get dressed in a really nice dress, put some heels on, you know what I'm saying, look, you know what I'm saying, throw that thing on, and I'm gonna come pick you up at 8, and I'm gonna take you out to a really nice restaurant. That is that romantic love or attraction.
Okay.
Romance.
So romance to me is all of the things you see in the movies, right? So romance is the excitement you get when that person calls you, or the like giddiness that you get when you're getting ready to go on a date. So from a woman's perspective, all of the little things that I guess we fantasize about, the things that we deem mysterious. So it's like we are finding or discovering each other every day, because there's like a nuance to it, because we're new. We're just getting to know each other. So there's like this mystery aspect there. There's this excitement, like I met a guy and he's just great, and he fine.
Right.
You know how the chick flicks be. So, but by definition,
okay,
a romance is a feeling of excitement and mystery associated with love. Love, especially when sentimental or idealized. So that's that whole what you see in the movies. And then it goes on to say an exciting, enjoyable love affair, especially one that is not serious or long lasting. Now, when you use that context, to me, what it says is romance has to be
continue.
You have to keep creating romance. Romance is not something that you can just do a couple times and it's just going to stick. No, you have to do it over and over and over again. This is why the movies are only an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours. Okay? Because if they show real life and what it would look like on a daily basis, it's not always going to be, flowers every Tuesday. Now, you can create that as a norm in your relationship, but that's something that has to be cultivated, right? So this is where the aspect he was talking about, liking your spouse. When you like your spouse, you will make time to do those kinds of things, because it says you're important enough to me for me to think about you, right? So romance starts in the mind. Romance starts with your intentions. Romance starts with your own desire to love and to be loved.
100%.
So, with that being said, we obviously know what sexual attraction is. Okay? That means you find that person sexy. Okay? So, this is the reason why people use that term, sexy.
Yeah.
Because that means I am sexually aroused by the way you look, by the way you smell, by the way you carry yourself, so on and so forth.
Right.
So this is why I never really liked when men would call me sexy, because I was like, what you getting at? What you trying to do? Right. Because leave me alone. But seriously, on a serious note, women do need to know how to be sexy.
Yeah.
But for their husbands.
For sure.
Because that's where the safety of marriage comes from. So what do you say about Sexual attraction.
I was just thinking about that. She was talking. It's like you would want to say one or the other is more important, but they're both equally important
Mm-hmm.
in a relationship. If you are, how am I trying to say? If you are not married and you're dating, romantic attraction is ultimately most important, right? And then sexual attraction can be there, but of course you need to tame that until you tie the knot and then you unleash that sexual
Mm-hmm.
attraction, right? But all of the bare bones, if you will, needs to be there. That person should be physically attractive to you. That
Right.
person should look good to you. That person should carry themselves in a way that makes you want to, go there with them. You should, all of the desires should be there. All of the things that make you go, that put a little bit of in it. All of those things should be there, and then you tame it. But then on the other side, from the marriage side of it, I think what married couples sometimes lose is they lose all of the things that, or they stop doing all of the things that make their spouse sexually attracted to them, right?
Yes.
So, you go through life, you get a little fluffy, things like that, and then um, that you have to discuss that between, what I'm saying, because some of us,
Some men like
we like,
what they say. You
you
gotta
gotta be
be.
two something to do something, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's between you and your spouse. You have to discuss that. I got a friend of mine, he said that he don't like no fluffy women. He's like, I ain't marry you fluffy, I ain't get with you fluffy, I don't want you fluffy. But that's something that you all have to talk about. But the ultimate idea is that you are doing the things to keep yourself up, to keep yourself attractive to your appealing, right, to your spouse. So smelling good, like I'm just got into really heavy into fragrances and scents. Like I like to smell good. I want to, all of that. You're keeping your updating your wardrobe. You know what I mean? Not just being in for men, not just being in work clothes and then basketball shorts or sweatpants and a t-shirt all the time. Like the other day, I threw on some clothes inside the house, and they're like, "Daddy, where you going?" Nowhere. Like, well, why you got on that? I just wanted to put something on. I ain't tell them all of that, but I'm putting something on for your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But yeah, that's how you keep your things spicy in your
Yeah.
relationship, so you don't let that sexual attraction die. And if it does die, hey,
Back on it.
get back on that thing. Get you some lingerie. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. Don't let it go out. Yeah. So what you?
Cool.
Oh yeah.
So
What's next?
with that being said, okay, what's the difference between feeling romanced and feeling versus feeling desired? Or is there a difference?
I feel like one leads into the other. So being romanced, when I think of romance, I think of intimacy, right? Which then leads into desire. And I feel like this is more for the woman than the man because, man, we don't really need to be romanced as much.
Right.
The Bible says to respect your husband. Why? The Bible tells wives to respect their husbands. If you respect your husband, that's all the romance he needs.
Okay.
Literally, right? And then outside of that, I mean, for most of us, it don't really matter what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like for you to put on a little makeup every now and again, a little whatever, but you ain't got to do none of that for me to be sexually attracted to you. Just be you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for the woman's side, she needs to be romanced, right? So she needs to feel that she is thought of. She needs to feel that she is cared for. She needs to feel like that she is not just wanted but needed. She needs to feel like she's the center of your attention all the time. That you are thinking about her throughout the day, every day. Like there shouldn't be a day that goes by that your wife doesn't feel or think that you are not on her mind, interested in her, or whatever the case may be. We actually found out, and I got in trouble because I made a joke about it, but I wasn't trying to be funny like that. But Um, a woman needs 10 non-sexual touches a day. So that could be a hug, that can be a kiss, just a pet kiss. We're talking about a slobber up kiss, right? That could be grabbing her hand, putting your hand on her leg, putting your hand on her shoulder. Did I say giving a hug? Non-sexual, anything that is non-sexual, because from a man's standpoint, what we can tend to do is energy is passed through your touch, right? So when you do certain touches, it can say "I want sex" or it can say "sex," and so to keep your wife from not feeling like she's I'm sorry, to keep her from feeling like she's a piece of meat. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to make sure that all of your touches are not sexual. It's okay to throw a sexual touch in there because she wants to feel desired, but every touch can't be a sexual touch. Your touches need to say, "Hey, I love you. I like you. I'm thinking about you. I'm interested in you. Hey, come here. Come give me a hug. Hey, I ain't hugged you all day. Give me a hug. Mwah, boom." Right? And then what that does is that romances her. And then other things like I've made it a thing to be consistent on getting her a dozen of roses every month. It would be roughly every month, maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. It just depends on how long it takes for them to die out. But when the last one die out, like it's time for me to go get another set. I'll go get another batch of roses. And I, as a part of my care for her and intention, I clip them, trim them, and prepare the vase, and I put them in the vase for her. Sometimes I'll get the smaller vase and I'll put some on her desk. And I try to do it when she's not, so that she walks in and she sees them, and boom, oh, he was thinking about me. Oh, So that's being romanced, which leads into desire.
Right.
Now, men do want to be desired.
Yes, absolutely.
Men do want to be desired. Yes. That is important, ladies. We want to feel like you want us just as much as we want you. If we're always initiating, we don't mind, but at sometimes we do want our wives to say, to initiate with us. So it's like, oh, okay, all right, you like your boy, huh? What about you? How do you feel desired, or what do you think about that?
So is it safe to say that men want to feel desired?
Yes.
And women want to be romanced?
I can agree to that 100%.
Okay.
I can agree to that.
So with that being said, or could we say the way a man shows that he desires a woman is by romancing her?
Absolutely.
And then a way the woman shows her appreciation for that romance is through her desire of him.
Yes. That's why I say they go hand in hand. Like you need one for the other. But you can't start with just desire. Right. For a woman, you gotta romance her. You gotta romance a woman. I always when I think about romancing you, I think about a Rubik's Cube. It sounds messed up, but in a way it's because everything builds on each other, right? So when you're and I'm saying this because I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube like a couple years ago. But when you're solving a Rubik's Cube, if you miss a step, and by a step, it could be one turn in a step, you got to go back 5 steps and start over. So when you're romancing her, it starts at the beginning of the day, right? Waking up, greeting her, you know what I mean? Telling her that you love her. And then going throughout the day, everything. And if you miss something, especially something pivotal, like you came home and you didn't do anything around the house. You didn't try and clean up or pick up anything, or you weren't involved with the kids, or whatever the case may be. Everything that you did up until that point is almost null and void because everything needs to be done in order to get to the happy ending at the end of the night, right? I'm not saying that it's like you got to do that to get that, but that helps the arousal and the desire
Right.
of the woman so that you can get what you want, brother. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Um,
Ultimately, it takes the pressure off of the woman.
yes, because the way she's
When
made.
right,
Mm-hmm.
certain things impact the way women can show up for intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
So if for me, I like a clean atmosphere. It doesn't have to always
Mm-hmm.
be, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do like a clean atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like my room to be a certain way. I like my clothes to be a certain way. And when you have a significant other, you have a spouse that sees that as something that can impact your mental state or your
Mm-hmm.
physical intimacy or whatever, it's important that they pick up on those nonverbal cues like, okay, it's just for one, it's a strategy. Okay,
It's a
the
strategy.
Bible gives us all the strategies we
100%.
need to make sure that we are maintaining our marriages. And
Mm-hmm.
some people may see this like, are you manipulating your spouse by cleaning up the house and doing things that you should just regularly be
Mm-mm.
doing?
I am setting
No,
the
I
atmosphere.
exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he sets the atmosphere. Then the woman, she maintains the atmosphere. She
Mm-hmm.
upkeeps how the house will flow. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why women being keepers at home is so important, because if you are internally going through a lot of chaos, you're keeping that atmosphere in your house. And so
Mm-hmm.
it makes it impossible for romance and sex to even happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're a single woman listening to this right now, learn how to set your atmosphere in your home now.
Mm-hmm.
Learn what romantic things you desire. Learn how to show a man that you're interested, because a lot of times as women we don't tend to show our men that we are interested, or the reason why a lot of y'all are not married yet is because maybe God has sent eligible bachelors your way, but you
Didn't
clammed
show it.
up
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't show him that you were interested. And
Mm-hmm.
so that for a man that is serious is going to be a red flag. Like, oh, she doesn't know how to communicate. She doesn't have emotional maturity.
What's to say
Okay.
that the show we was watching last night, the lady was playing too coy and too hard to
Right.
get,
Mm-hmm.
and it turned the men away because they were like, "Well, she's not interested."
Yeah.
It's okay to not just give it all out, but at the
Right.
same time, you got to let us know, like,
Yes. Pursue.
is there something there to pursue?
Yes.
Because if we feel like if we feel like there's nothing to pursue, then we'll go elsewhere. We'll
That's
go
right.
where the interest is.
Yeah.
And to that point, these are conversations that you have to have with your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
because what we're talking about is what works for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've had these conversations, and she's expressed to me like the clean room. It's funny she said that because that's what I was thinking about. Like I may come home and here's the other point too. It's not always just to get some.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just I know that's what she likes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm just gonna do those things just to always create the atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
period.
Mm-hmm.
If it leads to something, great. If it doesn't, that's cool. But I just in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's been at home with the kids all day. I come home, it might be toys in the room. The baby girl might have took her clothes off and left it in the room. Like when I come in the room or when I come in the house, like I go in the room, I'm like, okay, let me pick this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Normally the bed is made, I might straighten it up a little bit and kind of just fix everything so that when she comes out of her office and she goes into the room, she'll see the intention. Oh, he picked up in the room. Those things like, whoop, 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 you know what I mean? I'll go in the bathroom. I'll pick up in the bathroom. Just little things that it's not like I'm coming home and like I'm finna slave around the house and clean the entire house, but it's just the little things that say you were thinking about me. I think that's the biggest thing for women, no matter who your wife is. all women want to know that you were thinking about them, and that doesn't always have to be shown in buying them a expensive gift. It's in the little things like
Yeah.
the laundry. Oh, I walk past the dryer, and oh, the washing machine's finished. Let me take the clothes, put them in the dryer, keep it pushing. I didn't gotta fold them up. Oh, dang, he moved the laundry for me.
Hmm.
Put on another load.
And
Anyway,
that's true partnership too. The world likes to remove the word husband and wife and replace it with partnership, but it's a reason why God named it those roles. Otherwise, He would have just named them partners. Okay, I made you partner and partner.
life partners.
No, I've made you husband and wife because there is a there's so much power that men carry in how they love a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I I just pray that all men get a revelation. Like when you love a woman right,
Mm-hmm.
that woman will literally do whatever you want her to do.
Yeah.
And vice versa. When you respect a man, when you honor a man, when you
Mm-hmm.
love him in his way, he will do anything for you. And so this is why it's very important who you marry, because if you know that that person can have that much jurisdiction over you, you want to be very mindful of who you're marrying, because you want to have a person that you can trust, that he or she is not going to tell you to do anything that is going to be compromising to your values,
Detrimental.
your life, anything
Mm-hmm.
detrimental to your faith and what the Bible says. This is how you see a lot of women that or men that get into narcissistic relationships because that
Mm-hmm.
person positioned themselves as someone that was safe to be with. They love bombed them, they did all of the things, and then they got to the place where they are now in control of that person. This is why people are like, why is it so hard for people to leave abusive relationships or to leave
Because
neglectful
they're
relationships?
feeding all of the
Because they're
things that
feeding
they
the
want.
things in the areas that
Mm-hmm.
they saw, like, oh, I see that you are you have a rejection wound. I see that you just need sex. And this is why the Bible tells us in Proverbs 31:30, men, do not be moved by beauty and charm. Okay, just because she's charismatic, just because she's funny and she listens to you, just because she's dainty and she wears all the clothes and she's fine and all this other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that is a trick of the enemy. Does not mean you can't have an attractive spouse. I think it's funny that people will literally pray for everything but attraction. You need to be attracted to your spouse. You need to be romantically attracted, and you need to be sexually attracted to your person. Because at the end of the day, it's going to keep your marriage alive. It's going to keep it thriving.
Thanks.
Okay. And so on to the next. Can you have one without the other?
Romantic without
Sexual.
no. Both are equally as important.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. I wanted to say that romantic was more important than sexual,
Mm-hmm.
but both are equally as important, because if you have one without the other, you have imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
And um, I do think that romantic attraction will keep you
Mm-hmm.
when things get tough. I think romantic attraction will keep you when sex is not attainable for whatever reasons, health or
Right.
whatever, right? Because no matter what, you can always maintain romance.
Right. Right.
Sex at times may not be attainable.
Mm-hmm.
Again, health reasons. She may have had a baby. That's 6 weeks that she can't have sex. And if you force your life to have sex in that 6 weeks, bruh, you need to be checked. I just want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just seen a few videos where one video in particular where I'm chuckling, but it's not funny. But the wife found out she was pregnant, and she was only 2 weeks postpartum, and she's crying. No,
Oh,
because it's six. It's the doctor normally say 6 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, she was 2 weeks postpartum, and she talked to the doctor. He was like, the doctor told her that she was pregnant, and she was crying like, "We're pregnant." He was like, "What? No way." She's like, I told you, we should have waited." And she gave herself up to him to honor her husband. But bro, come on, bro. Like, you need to cool it. Anyway,
you need to get yourself under control.
you need to get yourself under control. So going back to the point, romantic attraction is always attainable, even when sexual is not. But or however, comma, sexual attraction is as equally as important. Because here's something that I want to point out to you from a biblical perspective. Sex is so important that the Bible said that the only time the Bible said that you shouldn't have sex is if you are fasting. And when you both agreed to fasting, and essentially it said to come back together quickly so that you will not be tempted by Satan.
Well, it was for an agreed period of
Agreed
time.
period of time. That's what it
And
is.
fasting. Right. Unless you're giving yourself
Yes.
over to prayer and fasting.
Yes.
And an agreed period of time. So
Right.
obviously an agreed period of time would be
after you had a baby. Yes. So that part. So it is important, and we also understand that sex is a warfare strategy.
Yes, it is.
You can fight a whole lot of demons
Whole lot.
by having some good sex.
Y'all need to get to clapping.
Because a lot of your problems, when men and women, it's just because you're not having some good sex. But the romantic side is important.
Yes.
Because that's what leads to the good sex.
Yes, because like you said, sex is a warfare strategy against the enemy. Because when you think about it, when the two become one, because that's what sex is designed for, becoming one and procreating, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean just having a bunch of children. That means when you come together, you become one, you tend to think on the same, what the world calls a wavelength. You tend to think on the same flow. You think in the same environment, in the same atmosphere, because you guys have become one. So now it is not one. There's not two people that are walking or making decisions. You're making decisions as one person, and that was the whole intention of bringing you together, to make you one through sex, through consummating your marriage. And so when you miss out on having sex, even if it's lazy sex, y'all, okay, even if it's lazy sex, there's something that happens spiritually when you are connecting regularly with your spouse. Which also goes to say, when you're connected to too many people, you're becoming one with multiple people, which is going to leave you fragmented. So if you were a person that had a lot of sex before marriage, or you were divorced, you need to go through a series of inner healing and deliverance from your physical memory of that person. Okay, especially for women. Men can leave an imprint inside of us because of how our vaginas are made. That is what it is. And we were talking the other day about how men can go and have several women. And I said, well, it's because they're fragmented in their soul. The only way a man can go and have multiple women, because a man that is whole, a man that is healed, a man that knows who he is, knows he does not have the capacity to have multiple women. Because I am all.
to handle all of those energies and emotions and hormones and all of that, like you have to be disjointed in order to be able to maintain that. And then just from a like I say, your conscience, like I don't know, I couldn't do it. just
think about a puzzle, right?
Yeah.
When a puzzle is missing a piece, you never have the whole picture.
And it's always something off.
It's always going to be something off. He's always going to find a way to create an argument. There's always going to be something. This includes pornography too, because when you're watching porn, that is a form of cheating. It is, because you're having sex spiritually.
Sex is spiritual.
Sex is all spiritual. It starts in the realm of the spirit. So when you're watching pornography, when you're watching or listening to those romantic stories, those books, watching movies that have heavy sex scenes in them, you're having a chemical response to that. Okay, and this is why a lot of people end up getting attacked in their sleep from incubus and succubus, those spirit spouses is what they call them. They call them something else, but anyway, when a person is fragmented, because this can happen for a woman too, but when a person is fragmented, it's hard for them to truly love a person from a place of wholeness, and it makes it difficult for them to understand or connect with that person's emotion, because they are connected to Sarah's emotion. They're connected to Juan Rico's emotion. They're connected to
Mhm.
so on and so forth. And
Mhm.
because when that person becomes from going to wholeness and becoming fragmented, throwing the pieces all over the place, it is impossible for you really to stay focused on one person. It is impossible to truly enjoy the sanctity of one relationship because you're fragmented.
Yeah. So just think about it
Mhm.
from a natural standpoint. Um, I mean, think about anything.
Mhm.
You can't bake a cake if you're missing ingredients. You can't play cards if you're missing certain cards out of the deck. If you're missing two cards out the deck, you go to deal out all the cards, you're gonna come up short somewhere. Something's, and then you literally can't play the game because you're missing two cards.
Mhm.
If you go to
Or
put
you
a,
can't be effective in playing the game because you're missing cards. Because
no, you
you
can't play the game.
well
You
with
can't play
dealing well with
spades
a
if you
cake, you can
win.
bake a cake with missing ingredients.
It's not a cake.
So you can bake a cake, you can have a marriage with missing ingredients. It's not a marriage.
You can build a house. You can't build a house if you're missing pieces to the
Mhm.
house. If you're missing trusses, it's not a complete house. There's nothing. You can't have a computer without a motherboard. Like
Mhm.
anything that you're trying to work with, you can't have it if something is fragmented, if something is missing,
Mhm.
if something isn't there. So from a relationship standpoint, you may have great all the way around, but there's one area that's always going to be lacking because you are disjointed in that
Mhm.
area.
Mhm.
And really, truly, from a realistic standpoint, when you're fragmented, it's usually multiple parts of you that are
Mhm.
fragmented. So there's going to be multiple areas of the relationship that are always going to go unfulfilled or unchecked, or I won't say unchecked, but unfulfilled. There's just, something's always going to be wrong or off. It's always going to be an issue because you literally don't have the pieces there to
Mhm.
make that thing work.
Mhm.
So,
And for like a lot of people that are walking around fragmented, this is where you hear the conversation being, well, I keep a side piece, or I
mm-hmm,
I wish I could take a part of Jimmy and put him with a part of Marquise and take a
mm-hmm,
part of, because these people each possess a piece of your fragmentation.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
so that also makes me think when you're fragmented, there's only certain parts of you that not certain yeah there's only certain parts of you that can relate with certain people.
Yes.
So this is why you gotta have multiple
Multiple.
people or
Mhm.
side pieces, because this part of you is disjointed, so it only works with the disjointment of this person.
Mhm.
This part of you is disjointed, so it can only work with this person, and then you
Mhm.
got your spread amongst all of these different people, as opposed to all of that being in one, and now
Mhm.
you being able to work out all of those
Mhm.
things with one person, because that's how it was designed. Because when you do it the other way, there's always going to be an issue
Mhm.
in one of those relationships,
Yep.
and you'll never be able to work it out because the piece that you need to work this relationship out is over there. The piece that you need to this relationship out is with her, and the piece that you need to work the relationship out with the one that you decide to marry is with the rest of them. So it's always going to be a challenge there. Let alone, let's just go back. You have enough challenge dealing with the nuances of one relationship
Mhm.
alone. There is not one married couple that you can find me that you can that can come and sit in front of me and look me in my eye and tell me that they got together and they had zero issues.
Yep.
It'll never happen. It's physically, spiritually, emotionally impossible. They're gonna have some type of issue because we're two, excuse me, good gosh. We are two completely different people.
Yeah.
So when we come together, there's certain things that we gotta figure out how do we put this together and make it work until we get it to a place where we're like, okay, now we gotta, and we can roll with that. So
Yes.
being fragmented is just all bad. Get some healing, inner healing, deliverance, work that out, and
Mhm.
then move
Because there's
forward.
no real fulfillment. You can, like you see on the movies, right? Oh, he always buys me flowers. You see on social media, you see all of the things that the couples will do in front of the camera, but then behind the scenes, there is no true love. There is no true commitment. They just doing it for marketing. The top three business niches in the world is health, finance and business, I think, and relationships. There's a lot of people that are making millions of dollars off of fragmented relationships. These people will just tell you anything because they want you to continue to bring your dollars. They don't want to see not a lot of them want to see transformation in marriages. Not a lot of them are pushing for
Because they
marriages to
don't
be
make money if
strengthened.
you healthy.
Exactly. Just like with a lot of counselors or therapists, they just want to talk therapy you. They don't want to give you real strategies. This is why the Bible is so important. Now, I'm all for counseling and therapy. However, if you're going in the rigmarole with that counselor, that person is just trying to get your money. And at that rate, you just need to go sit with Jesus. Okay? So, with that understanding, Psalms 23:3 says, He restores my soul. He restores my soul. Okay? To restore means to turn back, to bring back. It means to repent, to turn away from. And so when we talk about fragmentation, the only person that can help a person not be fragmented is God.
Yeah. Oh, so did you say that? And to clarify too, we've been saying being fragmented. When we're talking about being fragmented, we're talking about your soul.
Yes.
Because every time you have sex, you're giving a piece of yourself up, which is a piece of your soul. And in the realm of the spirit, you're literally giving a piece of your soul to this person. This is why God never intended for us to be in sex with all of these people. And every time in the Bible that you saw somebody who had multiple wives, they always had problems.
Yep.
Abraham, he slept with two different women, caused a whole heap of mess. David slept with two women, caused him to lose his throne, caused his son to die. Solomon, he was sleeping with hundreds of thousands of women. Then he had like thousands.
All wives.
They was all his wives. They was all his wives, and then he ended up turning to witchcraft at the end of his life, and he was all jacked up and messed up.
He came back though.
He did come back, but all of that for what, right? Yeah. So it is every time you have sex with somebody, a piece of you leaves with them. Yes. And the restoring of your soul is God literally going out and pulling every piece of your soul and bringing it back into one piece. Yes. And that is the only way that you can truly be happy, whole, healthy, fulfilled in life with one person, with you, and then with another person. And nobody can really help you do that, even counselors and all of that. They can help you along the way, but God is the only one who can really restore your soul from a spiritual standpoint.
Yes. And that includes if you've had any sexual traumas. So any types of sexual abuse in any form from childhood on up, God can restore your soul, and He can restore your the proper context for sex for you. And so with that understanding, what do you think is one thing you could say would help a person build romance in their relationship?
One thing that could help a person build romance. If you're a man, especially, women can do this too, but especially for men, go in your calendar, go on your phone, go to your calendar, set an event that says, it could just say your wife's name, it could say think about your wife, it could say anything, and set it for every hour, every other hour, every 3 hours at the most to go off every day until it is a constant thing in your brain to think about your wife. And you don't have to do anything at first. So I'm not saying set a reminder set a reminder to go do something for her, to go get this or do this or nothing. But just the thought of
Mhm.
her, the intentional reminder to think about your wife, to put her on the front of your mind every day, will then lead to you at the store. Oh, let me grab this thing that she likes. Oh,
Mhm.
you know what? She was talking about this. I've made it a habit now. I'm gonna give my sauce away.
Don't give it all.
No, I'm gonna give my sauce away because this
Help the
is neither.
brothers.
I have a note in my phone that says gifts for Ashley.
Aw.
And every time she says something, for the most part, if she says something like the pillow, she got this pillow. She said something about a pillow. While I was almost asleep, I picked my phone up and while I was laying in there. She couldn't see my phone, and I ordered this pillow right there on the spot. Then I put my phone down and I went to sleep. If she says that she wants something, or she talks about something, or if I hear her mention something one too many times, it goes on that list as a reminder. So it's like, so now when I'm thinking about her and it's like, oh, it's something I want to get her, I just go to that list and like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I can get this. So that's my
I love
lesson.
that. Come on. Amen. Thank God for Jesus.
I done made her cry.
Yeah, it made me cry. Cut it out.
Okay.
You know, that's intentionality after years. And just because I'm a natural gift giver, because my love language is gifts,
Yeah.
it's easy for me to pick up on something. Or, you know, lately I've been kind of slacking.
It's
But
okay. It's okay.
but
Before you go on, for me, I had to do that for me because I'm not naturally a gift giver,
right.
and personally don't really care if I never get a gift. Like I'm truly content if I never get a gift. When she buys me something, I'm genuinely happy and I love it. I'm wearing some gifts right now, like these rings she bought me, this watch she bought me. I wear it all the time, and I love it. You know what I mean? But I don't need that. I don't have to have that to feel love from her, or even to feel like she's thinking about me or appreciating me. Like I'm okay with that. But for her, that's important. So I had to find a way to develop that because for years I'm like, oh, she was like, why didn't you could have just did this, or you could have did that. And I'm just like, so I had to figure out, okay, I'm lacking in this area. What can I do to make myself, because it's not that I don't love her, I love her a lot, but I'm just not wired to think to like, oh, a gift, you know what I mean? Like you could ask me dead on the spot, like, what's something that you could buy Ashley? I'd be like, let me go check my Rolodex. I had to go look for it because that's just not how I wire. So everything that we're saying, you have to take it and remix it, if you will, and figure out how to make it work for you, or how to take the principle and apply it to your life. But this is why I've said it earlier, and I'm gonna keep saying it again. I'll probably say it some more. You have to have that conversation with your spouse to figure out what it is that they like, how they want to be loved, and then figure out how you can work that out within you to make sure that you're loving them, even if it means that you have to set a reminder in your phone to think about your spouse every hour of every day, so that until it becomes ingrained in you to now just boom.
Right. It's a discipline. Love is a discipline because it's an action. It's something you do. It's not something you just feel. Romance is what you feel. Right? That's what make you feel in love, right? And we still date each other. We still date each other. We had I'll call them boyfriend girlfriend dates. This is where you go to the Waffle House.
Yes. Yes.
And you enjoy a little Waffle House meal like you did when you was younger and you didn't have that much money. Okay, Waffle House is expensive now.
Like God,
so you go to a little Applebee's date. Yay! You go sit in the car or something.
Chick-fil-A for lunch, like anything,
literally anything. So those are your boyfriend girlfriend dates, right? And then you have your $200 dates. That's gonna be your dates that you're gonna get all dressed up and pizzazz.
You might do it once a month or once a quarter based on your budget.
Exactly. You set aside that time to do something more elevated. Because it's important to have your grown man and woman time, your
Grown and
husband
sexy.
wife
Yeah.
time. Like
Yeah.
go listen to some live music. If you're into wine tastings, go on a wine tasting. Note they have non-alcoholic wines. Okay, for all y'all that don't drink.
Right.
Okay, you ain't gotta drink. But I'm
Right.
just saying, you can still have a little juice in your cup in a nice champagne glass and just make it look
And
like
enjoy the
you're-
vibe.
It's just all about creating an atmosphere of love, creating an atmosphere that is conducive for you guys to want to go home and actually enjoy a nightcap. Okay, so your boyfriend girlfriend dates, those are just your dutiful,
Cheap,
keeping it
low
up,
level.
low tier, watch a movie at home.
Take a ride around town.
Yeah, like do the simple things. We've been doing that since we were very young. We've been fortunate enough.
Since we still young, girl. What you talking
Very
about?
young. We are still young.
Like a good cheap date.
Yeah.
We live in Jacksonville, and in Jacksonville, I know a lot of cities have this, but in Jacksonville, I know Georgia has one. There's a highway that literally wraps around the entire city. And Jacksonville, ours is huge. It probably take us almost an hour to ride that all the way around. But just get in the car, just ride, listen to music, talk.
It forces you to talk.
It does force you
You're
to
in the
talk.
car.
Yeah, because you're in the car. For an hour, you can, you know. But yeah, we'll watch something, I'm saying provocative, but something that is like, it sparks conversation.
Yes.
We watch things together that spark conversation. So, fellas, don't always be like, hey, she talked too much. No, watch something and the intention to be like, hey, yo, pause it. And then you talk about it.
Right.
We literally do this all the time.
Yep. Have our conversational shows.
Yeah.
Movies, you know. And
Discuss
you can just
stuff.
label it as that. And then women be okay with watching an action movie. Like,
Yeah.
I love a good action
And we
movie.
watching action movies.
We sure haven't. But
No.
you know what? It's because we were watching action movies
A
too
lot.
much.
Yes. I actually got burned out of action movies, which I never thought would happen. And then we flipped the script completely.
It's like rom-coms now.
And then we're watching rom-coms. I'm watching her little romantic TV shows or date shows or whatever. Yeah. And it's fun.
It is fun because it gives us something to reflect on.
Yeah.
And then we just finished up here the danger of getting lazy.
Ooh.
Right? Especially when you have prayed for something. So the danger of getting lazy with the blessing. This can be applied across the board.
Anything.
The dangers of being lazy in your relationship with God. The dangers of being lazy in your relationship with your spouse. The dangers of being lazy in the relationship with your children, with your finances. You cannot get lazy.
Period.
In relationships, period. The relationship with yourself, not going to exercise, not going to take your vitamins. You can't get lazy because it is literally opening a door for the enemy to just bust right on in there when you have weak moments, when you are not keeping up the standard for yourself and for your relationships. You are slowly opening the door for the enemy to come in. And when the enemy comes in, he comes in like a what? Like a flood. Okay, when the enemy is seeking someone to devour, he seeks them like a what? A lion.
The enemy is like the FBI.
Yeah. Yep.
You can get away with a whole lot of crime.
That's right.
But when the FBI get on your tail, and when they come, when the FBI pull up, and they put you in handcuffs, or you good as gone.
Yep.
Because they don't show up. They will follow you for months. For years and sometimes decades.
Woo, building a case.
They are building a case against you. And once they get the clearance to go make an arrest, they have a 98 or 99% conviction record. 1% of cases get away from the FBI. You are good as gone. And that is how Satan is. Once he get on your tail, it's a wrap.
And just gotta let you guys know. When you get married, he's on your tail.
He on your tail.
Okay? And he's going to bring up everything that you ever done in your past. He's going to remind you every day how you're not worth it. He's going to remind you that your husband doesn't love you, that your wife doesn't appreciate you. He's going to do that. That is his only tactic because he can't create anything new.
Here's the other part. Even if you are a non-believer.
Yes.
People would like to think that just because you're a non-believer that you're safe from the attack of Satan in your marriage. And what you got to understand is that despite what the world will tell you, Marriage is a God institution.
Yes, it is.
Marriage was created, it was instituted, it was ordained, it was perfected by God, period.
Mhm.
So even if you think that you're gonna go get married to somebody and you're not gonna go to church, well, we won't associate with that. I don't even believe that. That does not exclude you from the attack. Satan still doesn't want you married because marriage in and of itself is a spiritual institution set up by God. So
So it's
you
gonna,
ain't exempt.
so it's gonna take God to keep it.
That
This
part.
is why you see so many people divorced.
Getting divorced. Just Christians as well as non-believers. Because if even as a Christian, if God ain't there, excuse me, good gracious.
Or applying biblical principles, because you can be a non-believer and apply biblical principles and
still be
values
good.
and have a decent marriage.
Mhm.
But it won't be as fulfilling, or it won't fulfill the purpose
The
that God
purpose.
had put into that marriage from the beginning of time. It's, the chances of that is a lot higher when you are outside of the will of God.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, what you
And
got?
lastly, so small things that keep the spark alive. So we talked about some of the things that you do. You have your note for me, which is just so cute. I love that. Y'all, we fought
Tooth and nail.
tooth and nail
Yeah.
to get here.
Yeah.
Not each other, but the problem. We
Yeah.
really did. We've done a lot of deep work on what has caused the divide in the relationship, what has caused the neglect, or all of the shortcomings that has happened in our marriage. We dealt with the problem,
Mhm.
got to the root of the problem, and that's the only way you're gonna make it. So I would say some of the small things that keep the spark alive for me is, I've always been like a dainty girl, but I'm still like a Tom girl. I would say Tom girl.
I
Okay?
like
'Cause
it
I don't want to
because
be
you
a
rough
Tom
around the
boy.
edges. I like that.
Okay, because I ain't no boy, no girl.
That's
I'm
right.
a Tom girl. Okay, but I make sure to not like a bum around the house. Okay,
Yeah.
people be like, "You wear makeup around the house?" I'm doing what they used to do in the 40s and the 50s. You hear me? I got a little skirt on.
Grandma and
Okay.
great grandma and great grandma and them, they used to keep that thing on
And they used to wear kitten heels.
in the house.
I'm gonna get me some kitten heels, some
Yes.
slippers to wear that
Yes.
with a little fuzz on it.
Yes.
Because that's fun for me to keep my femininity, to help me
Yeah.
remember that I can be strong and soft. I can go to
Mhm.
war, but at the same time, I can be just as dainty as they come. So I do things like that. Like, I bought some skirts instead of wearing pants or shorts around the house all the time, or workout clothes. I have skirts, right? I have dresses, sundresses. I have different things that is appealing to my husband. I went and took a makeup class on how to do my makeup in 20 minutes or less. Yeah.
She'd be killing that junk at 20.
Because before I used to take me a little bit longer, but I invested in my marriage by investing in myself. I got coaching, personal development. I developed my own financial portfolio, if you will. Okay, growing my own finances. I've always been a woman that had my own money, but to keep your own money is important as a woman, because if you're always buying him gifts with his money, not that he'll have a problem with that.
Yeah, but
it kind of, for me, it's like I wanted to get him something from my earnings,
Yeah.
right? I want to be a viable partner in this marriage, and I pull my own weight. So even if I don't have a job, the house is going to be clean. It's going to have a level of organization, or I'm going to go hire somebody. I know how to hire people. Save my little coin and say, hey, this is what we're doing, because men don't necessarily care about that until it starts to affect them in your relationship. So if the house is in a disarray, for them, all they need is a pillow and a bed and a TV, and they're good for the most part. But if you having the cute pillows is important to you, he needs to provide enough for you to be able to have those things as well. But you as well need to bring to the home something that, if it's already a burden for a man to take care of all of the bills, all of the things, but to make a home, to keep a home, that shouldn't necessarily be his burden.
Ain't no
right?
burden.
It's not that it's a burden anyway, but
Just responsibility.
yeah, it's just you as a woman, you should be able to have your own, so that money can never be an issue for why things are not taken care of in the home. And so for me, how I keep the spark alive is I do a lot of feminine things, but I know how to fight. I got hands.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And I don't play about my husband. If anybody knows me or has ever had a conversation with me, don't play with my husband. Okay? Don't let the makeup and the eyebrows fool you. All right? When there was a season where we didn't have a lot of money, I bought press-on nails. Just to be cute. I learned how to take care of my own feet. There's no excuse for you not keeping the spark alive.
Yeah.
I got rid of all of my son got on me one day and was like, Mommy, he said, why you don't have pajamas like we do? I said, Diana, because you know how we do, t-shirt and some shorts or some panties, and we good. We don't need no clothes.
Well, leave it to the kids to be honest.
You know, and so he was like, why you don't have no matching pajamas? So I started buying nightgowns and cuter underwear and just little things like that is appealing to him. Yes. I don't need it. I could be around the house looking like a hobo.
No, but you do. You don't know why? You said something. You said something and it made me think about that. It is a husband's responsibility to build intimacy, to romance his wife. But what helps is because women also, when it comes to sex, need to feel good about themselves.
Yes.
And having those things that make you feel dainty and sexy, those little pieces of clothes, they don't even have to be as extreme as lingerie, but like she was talking about, that's why I was like, when you were saying that about our grandmas and great grandmas and them, how they used to walk around the house with the kitten heels on and the moo and all of that. Like they were keeping themselves ready for their husbands because one, that was the culture then, was that, hey, we married, I'm on tap for you all day. Society has kind of pushed things to more where it's like, okay, well, I ain't got to be, you know, that's my body. I do what I want. Yeah, but and I'm not in disagreement in one way or the other, but there was something about the way that they did things that wasn't just about the husband. It was about them feeling good about themselves so that they were ready to be able to, so it didn't feel like they were taking from themselves to accommodate their husband. It's like, hey, well, I feel sexy anyway. Come on, come on, get some just hot stuff.
Because sex is for women too.
It is. It's important.
It relaxes your whole body. You know, when you have some good old sex, you know, you reach that big old, it come about your skin. It come about your pores. Yeah. And you know, I preach having a no diddy party. Okay?
No diddy party.
No diddy party. You get you some no diddy oil. And you squirt
say
what
you
oil.
Want, but he was onto something about that baby oil.
I mean, because it was sex, right? So there was a I'm not saying learn from Diddy. Okay? No. What I'm saying is
just take the baby oil.
Take the baby oil, have your no Diddy party. So I say a no Diddy party because you're gonna have some holy sex, okay? Yes. But taking that baby oil, and I only use no Diddy as a joke, a running joke, right? Yeah. Because that man was cruel, he was a sexual deviant, okay? Yes. But you
can't say baby oil now without thinking about Diddy.
So we have to say no Diddy. Okay? So you have a no Diddy oil, on next to your bed, and then you have some a no Diddy party, right? A no Diddy party is where you have wild sex.
Get you a blanket because most women, y'all have y'all decorative blankets on the bed or whatever. Get you one of them blankets and a sheet that you don't care about. Put that down on the bed and then just
go for it. I remember the first time I did it. It was maybe about 2 years ago. Was it last year? No, I think it was.
No, that was about 2 years ago. Yeah.
When I first did it.
Before the whole Diddy thing.
Right. When I first did it, I just literally took the oil and just drenched myself with it and just stood there and had fun.
Yeah.
It was great, you know? And so you gotta have wild sex sometimes. Yeah. Okay, guys? That's what the no Diddy. So you have your, roses and hot bathtubs and massages. And you have that They had beautiful sex.
Beautiful
Then
sex.
you have dutiful sex that is kind of like your lazy sex. Like, come on here, we just got to do this real quick.
Yeah, get it out.
Then you have your no diddy parties,
Yeah, you just
okay?
got to
And that's
go
where you got
crazy.
the time where you can swing from the chandeliers.
Get the kids out the house, go get a hotel or something, whatever you got to do.
Or put them kids down, wait till they're good and sleep.
Good
when
to
they
sleep.
get to that REM sleep about 11, 12 o'clock, then you get
Turn the
to
music
it.
up
Or
real loud.
get up early, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
This is really good in the morning.
Let me tell you something. That 4 a.m. That 4 a.m.
That's why when people call me, they're like, "Girl, you up?" Yeah, best sleep of my life after that.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness! All
So,
right.
But this is how marriages stay healthy, happy, and holy.
Have fun.
You gotta have fun.
Have fun, y'all.
And if you're not having fun,
You're doing it
make
wrong.
it fun.
Yeah.
If your spouse is mad at you, go get you some. I'm telling you, baby oil. How much baby oil cost? Like $2.
I don't know.
Big
It's
old
not
bottle for
expensive.
like $2.
I mean, this is why the whole Diddy thing was crazy because like you have a bottle of baby oil and it'll last forever. Like you buy like one every 6 months. Like some people, you buy one bottle of baby oil for a whole year.
Exactly. Okay, Johnson sponsor us.
Right.
We better get up out of here because we better start cutting up.
Where's the baby oil?
Telling you, do it and post it in the comments. Just give me a thumbs up.
Just send, if you a lady, send her a message, you be like, bro, hey, I tried that
Appreciate
baby oil.
that.
You was right. Just put a little baby oil emoji with a thumbs up, like, we got you. We know what you're talking
All
about.
right. And so a rough season we navigated and what we learned from it and what we wish we knew in year one. So rough season we navigated for me was the year that we went through homelessness. Almost 2 years of homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
It was rough, but it brought about a resilience in me, and it forced me to stop people pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely that, hands down. It made me realize that nothing is more important in life than family, and that when it comes down to priorities, there is no priority more important than family.
And especially the one you created.
That part. Yeah, I ain't talking about the ones that you shed blood with. I'm talking about the ones that you
you created.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do we wish we knew in year one?
I know. I wish I knew what I just said about the note thing and the gifts and the reminder. I wish I knew that year one. We'd be not that we ain't in a bad place.
No, we'd just be further.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, definitely would have been a little bit better in that area.
I would say year one. I wish I knew about the impact of sex.
And
how valuable it really is, and how important it is for sexual purity to happen before you get married and maintain it while you're married. I wish I knew, like, man, sex is such an instrument that God wants to use for His glory, but the enemy wants to use to destroy us. And so I really wish there was more conversations around sex instead of just save it till you're married or wrap it up. You know, like, now you can't wrap up a demon. Talking about STD.
You can't wrap up a burning desire.
Exactly. You talking about getting an STD? Yeah, a sexually transmitted demon. Those are worse than itching and burning. Okay, you know, there's no slack to those that are doing that. But so thanks, babe. We're gonna do this. Are we committing?
We are committing
before once a month.
At very least once a month.
Okay, once a month for our marriage conversations.
If you catch us in between,
catch us in between. But go follow us on YouTube is at The Sturgises, so THESTURGIS, like the bike rally.
Like the bike rally.
Follow us on YouTube because that's where all of this content will live. Because nowadays they like delete your stuff off of social media.
Yeah.
And then, ladies, all my ladies, I have a club. It's called the Mrs. Club. Recently, we opened that up as a group chat and Facebook group as well. where we have these candid conversations from a wife's perspective.
Mhm.
We pray for one another. We keep each other lifted up. It's for wives and wives to be. So if you want to join our club, just I don't know, go to my page and click the link in the bio or whatever. And then I'm starting what is called Elevated Essence, which is where I give women, wives and wives to be, level up advice. Okay, because upgrade your looks, lady.
That's right.
Okay, maybe some of you guys need to tone it down. But some things that's going to help you elevate your essence as a woman, and not lose your strength, not lose your softness. So yes, I'm going to be telling you to put lip gloss on and wear pink and all of the things. Okay, it's worked. Okay, it's worked, and that's all I can say about that. It's worked for the people that actually do what I'm telling them to do.
Do the work.
And lastly, a lot of what we went through in our marriage, for me, in my experience, was because I was so hard in my exterior.
Mm-hmm.
I had developed this callous towards people because I had been the strong friend. I had been the go-to person. I've been the family therapist, or the glue, or whatever you want to call me. And so it affected my marriage and my emotional availability for my husband, that impacted our sex life. Mm-hmm. And so over the years, God has been teaching me how to recover that and how to be a wife that stewards heart and home at the same time. And so God placed on my heart to do the Strong Friends Retreat that is happening September 3rd through the 6th, and that's Labor Day weekend right here in Jacksonville, Florida. And it's just a grounds for women to come back to God's design for them to lay down their burdens, for them to meet other strong friends, because when you're married, you need other friends that can hold you down and pray for you and talk you off that ledge. Right. And so you need a strong friend. If you are the strong friend, if you are the pillar of the family, this retreat is for you. It's a safe space for you to come and break a little bit or a lot of it and be restored. If you're fragmented, come and get restored. So that's September 3rd through the 6th in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. We would love to have you. If you want to learn about more on that retreat, you just click the link in my bio, or you go to www.ashleyamsturgis.com, and you'll have more details on that. Registration is open, and I am extending the early bird save my spot to everybody. It was originally just to my email list, but I want to give it to everybody because that's what I want to do. So if you're interested in that, just hop on my email list and you'll be able to have access to that. But thanks for joining our live. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe.
Because you ain't a social media person if you don't say that.
Right. We're trying to figure this thing out, y'all. Yeah. But we're gonna work through getting back into this and keeping it going. Because we just can't escape it. We're like, I didn't want to do it for a while. The Lord was like, it's not fair that you guys have a pretty solid marriage and all other people are still struggling. Your life is not your own.
That's right.
Well, we love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Bye. Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Oh.